the biggest thing that's brought you here to our radio station today is, of course, everything that you're doing with USA Powerlifting, right? So you do squatting, you do benching, deadlifts, powerlifts, all this stuff. But for listeners that don't know you, just give us a basic background on you as a person, you know, like where you're from, what year you are in school, what you're doing, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, perfect. I'm from Heber, Utah, and I just turned 18. I graduated from Wasatch High School. I graduated a year early, valedictorian, which is fun. And now I'm up here, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm doing marketing.
As far as what brought you here today, I guess just give us a little bit of background on the field that you're in right now. Not as far as school goes, but, you know, with everything that you're doing with powerlifting and competitions and all this kind of stuff.
I originally grew up playing soccer. I started soccer when I was like as soon as I could walk. And then my freshman year of high school, I started lifting like weights and stuff with our football team for our high school, just so I could get stronger for soccer. And then that year, the coach ended up taking me to like my first meet. It was just like a little local meet, but I loved it. But I was still focusing on soccer. I was being recruited at like a D1 level, so I was really focusing on that. And then from there, I have a chronic illness, so my doctors kind of forced me to quit soccer my sophomore year. And from there, I don't know, I kind of lost a big part of myself. Like, that was my entire life leading up to there. So that's when I kind of started leaning more into the gym because I was still able to do that. And then I kind of just went crazy. I did a lot of local meets. I did divisionals in state, won those. Like, I was undefeated. And then I think 2024, I joined USA Powerlifting and did my first meet in November, and I won that. That qualified me for high school nationals. So last March, I did high school nationals, and I got 6th place, I think.
Wow.
So that was my first time not getting first place, but I was really happy because I was like, national, that's crazy. And for high school nationals, it's everyone of all ages and just everyone in your weight class. So that made it a little harder too because I was on the younger end. And then I continued training. I got a coach. He's awesome. And he's just worked with me so much. Right after nationals, like a week after, I competed at state, and I set 36 state records, which is awesome. That was fun. And then, let's see. Right after that, I had to take like a 6-month break because I had 5 surgeries in 5 months. It was crazy and just terrible. Long recovery. And so then I started working with my coach again, and then competed at state again this March and got first again, and then went to nationals.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, just a crazy, like, quick career overview for you, basically.
Yeah.
So as far as powerlifting goes, because like we were mentioning before the interview, right, it's a pretty niche thing that you're doing. Like, you don't hear about it a lot, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get into powerlifting and find out that, hey, like, this is fun, this is what I want to compete for on the national level?
Yeah. It was just that football coach. He had some buddies, like other football coaches who in Utah, and they just wanted to get it started, I guess. So it wasn't like a real meet. They did like power cleans instead of deadlifting. But so it was like all the football boys. There were only like 3 girls from the entire state at that first meet. And I just fell in love with it. So that coach really just introduced me, and then I kind of just went crazy. My other new coach just has brought me so far.
Yeah. And what do you love so much about it? Like, I mean, is it, you know, the competition? Is it the lifting heavy weights? Like, what is it that you love so much about it that drives you to do this?
Honestly, just competing gives me life. It's so fun, and I can love the stress and this, like, literally being able to prove myself, because I feel like my chronic illness, it's undiagnosed, so I'm like the first person. But it's taken a lot of freedom from me and just restricted me in a lot of ways. It took soccer from me. So powerlifting is like my thing where I have as much freedom as I want, and that's how I can prove myself and prove my body still, like, I don't know, works, I guess.
Yeah. And when you say undiagnosed, does that just mean that they don't know exactly what it is?
Yeah. So it's been like let's see, it was 8th grade when it started happening, like 5, almost 6 years. And like, there's just no reason for the things that are happening. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. So, because I'm trying to understand, like, I know that you were big into soccer, right, beforehand, and you played that a lot and you wanted to keep doing that.
Yeah.
So what is it that allows you to do powerlifting and all these, heavy competitions and everything, but you can't do soccer? Is it the endurance?
With soccer, it's I played very much contact. I was kind of dirty. But I ended up breaking my femur. I tore my MCL, and just because it's like stomach issues. So I have a lot of malabsorption and malnutrition. So I was just, my bones and stuff were kind of weak, and just being like contact with people. So powerlifting has actually helped a lot because it's building muscle and helping like just make everything stronger and stuff, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, like working out, weightlifting, that stuff does help strengthen your bones too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Wow, that's crazy.
It's just incredibly fascinating because I suffer from chronic illnesses as well. I suffer from chronic migraines and POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome.
Yeah.
So I find this really fascinating because I can't physically do what you can do.
Yeah.
But how would you want to what would be the first steps that you want someone to take if they're interested in competing, especially with the chronic illness girlies, because we have absolutely no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend?
Honestly, just getting started. There's so many things with lifting that can be like accommodated. Like most of it, like, I don't know, like warm-ups you can do laying down. There's this girl on Instagram. Her name is Mar1 Lifts, and she does powerlifting, and she has POTS actually. So she has like a lot of videos and stuff on things to help that. But I don't know, just listening to my body, like I can't take advice from other like lifters on Instagram or coaches and stuff. Like just because of that, my coach knows exactly what's wrong, like what I need to be eating, he's pretty chill and like lets me kind of take the lead in initiative. So my workouts sometimes can take a long time if I need more breaks or like whatever. So just listening to your body, and there's a lot of things that can be accommodated.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So getting back into powerlifting and, all these competitions that you're attending, when you first started it and, up until now, at what point did you realize that, hey, like I'm good enough at this that I can compete on a huge stage, like at nationals?
Yeah. Honestly, the first time that I was like, okay, like I'm kind of good at this was high school state. It wasn't like sanctioned or anything. I mean, there were a lot of people from all over the state, obviously, but it wasn't like a USA meet. And from when I won that, I was like, okay, like maybe I'm kind of good at this because I won by like a lot too. And so after that, that's when I started going to USA. And I started winning and stuff. So I was like, okay, might as well just go to nationals. Nationals was my second, high school nationals was my second ever USA meet. So
wow.
I jumped in real quick.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't even know that you were allowed to jump in that fast.
Yeah.
Like just go up the rankings that fast. How does it feel when you're up there, and when you know that, hey, like this is a national competition, I'm competing with people from all over the country. How does it feel when you're doing that?
Honestly, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but like it's so fun just meeting all these girls, and they're all so fun. Like I've made friends with people from all over the country, and like I get to see them every year at nationals, and it's so fun, and the girls are so nice. But it is like a little nerve-wracking because you don't fully know like what they're capable of. And for me, I know kind of what I'm capable of, but until like my meets, that's when I push myself. So there's a lot of unknowns there, and I don't know. I think it makes it even more fun because you're really just fighting, and you don't know literally until the last second, your last lift, who's gonna win. So.
Wow. So okay, Michelle. So you hold 36 USA powerlifting records, which is just crazy. So are those national records or are they state records? Like, what is there a combination?
As of right now, I don't know if I have national ones. The ones that I do hold right now, they're all state records.
Okay, yeah. But 36 of them is still crazy, right? Like 36 total. Do you have maybe like a favorite or two out of those that you think back to as like, oh yeah, like that was a really cool part of my career so far, that was like a highlight that I remember that I go back to a lot?
Yeah, honestly, so last year's state, so last March, that's when I found out I had all of these records. I had no idea until like more than a year into lifting. And so I was just competing, and we were like, I wonder like what they are. Like I was literally in between lifts. And so we looked it up, and then I already had 14, I think. So that meet, I was like, okay, if I do good, like I can set, what is it, like, I don't know, 22 more or whatever.
Wow.
And so I just kind of went crazy and set a ton. But now I'm re-breaking my own records too. So that's always fun.
Yeah, just hopefully make him more untouchable, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what was 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago was nationals.
Nationals.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
How was the travel process getting there?
It was crazy, actually. So it was in Chicago, and the day we were flying out, there were tornado warnings.
Oh.
And so we're like, okay, shoot. We saw them like the day before, I think, and we were praying and stuff, and we were driving to the airport, and we're like, oh, the tornado warnings are gone. Like, that's such a blessing. And then we got to the airport, and they kept delaying. And then the last time they delayed, they actually delayed it 2 hours, which honestly was the biggest blessing of my entire life, because I forgot to pack, like, I have to do a medical procedure every night, and I forgot to pack the main thing of it. And so without it, I would have been miserable, and like it would have been terrible. So because of that 2 hour delay, my brother was able to drive it to the airport, and we were able to get it. But anyways, we started flying, and the turbulence was crazy, like pushing us side to side. But we got there, and it was like 2 a.m. But the entire trip there were tornado warnings, and like the sky would turn green, and like they were like, "Okay, get in the basement, no windows." Like it was crazy. But the day I competed, they all went away, and I was able to compete and stuff. So
And no flare up?
yeah,
That's
we were all good.
amazing.
It was
That
awesome.
really is a blessing.
Such a big
Because
blessing.
all that stress would have been like, oh, I'm going to die.
Oh, seriously. It was
Wow.
crazy.
That is why. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So you just did nationals. So as far as like your next competitions, upcoming things, what's up next for you in the future?
Yeah, so this past week I had to make a really hard decision. I got invited to be on the Worlds team, and just my body isn't able to handle it right now, so I had to decline, unfortunately. But we're playing it by ear right now, me and my coach, and we're planning on going to state again and then just nationals again next year, and we'll see what goes from there.
Yeah. Okay. So then, where do you see this going, just as far as like for the rest of your life? You know, you don't have to obviously know about it right now, like everything, right, for the next 70 whatever years. But as far as right now, where do you see this taking you? Just, you know, both in life, but also in powerlifting.
It's given me so many opportunities, just like working with brands and traveling and building like my confidence in myself too. I love it. It's been so great for that. But I do know at some point I will have to quit. I'm not sure when. I'll probably take a break when I start having kids in the next few years. And I don't know. But they have like age groups all the way up. Like there's people who are like 80 competing.
Oh,
like
dang.
It's so cute seeing them compete. They're awesome. They're insane. But I always know it's like something I can go back to if I like take a break. So I don't know. We kind of have to play it with ear by ear. I mean, like with my health and stuff. So it's a little bit unknown, but it's always something I can always go back to.
Yeah. No, it is really cool that you're still, you know, pushing through it despite all the challenges that you're facing, obviously.
Yeah.
So this is kind of, I guess, unrelated to the powerlifting part of things, but you mentioned also that you are going into, you said did you say it was marketing at BYU-Idaho? Okay, and that you have your own marketing company.
I do.
Can you touch on that a little bit, just what you've been doing with that and how school has impacted that kind of thing?
Yeah. I started working at a healthcare company in Utah a little more than a year ago, and I originally had like a base level job, and they kind of moved me to marketing. I was their only marketing person there, and I fell in love with it. So then I came up to school here, and I continued to do it like remote. And there were just other people reaching out saying that they like wanted what I was doing for them. So I started my own company, and I still, like the original company hired me out. So I still work with them, and I've just been able to do little projects for other people. But I'm excited to grow it more like once I'm graduated, because I'm really busy. But
Yeah. And how has BYU-Idaho impacted you both, you know, on the business side of things, but also on the powerlifting side of things, if it has at all?
Yeah. My dad has been super involved here my entire life. Like he's been on the president's council and stuff. So he's really intertwined with everything. So it's kind of like a second home here for me, which is really fun. I love it. But it's just been so cool. Like, I've watched my dad. He's an entrepreneur. He has tons of businesses. Like, watching him be able to incorporate the gospel in business literally my entire life, and I've always admired that. So being here, it kind of feels like second nature, like intertwining religion and school and business and all the things, and I love it. It's just such a good place to grow your testimony, grow your skills, and just like, it's just the perfect little habitat for people to grow.
Yeah, that's awesome. And are you planning on serving like a mission or anything like that? Or
Yeah, so with my health, I'm unable to serve like a proselyting mission, but I'm actually a service missionary right now.
Oh, really?
Which is awesome. I love it. And then in September for the fall semester, I'm moving to Thailand to go work in the temple there. So it's like a little mini mission.
That's crazy. Okay, awesome. And service missionaries, do they still go for the same, 18 months, 2 years, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so for service missionaries, you can do it like as long or as short as you want, which is really nice. So I got set apart in April-ish.
Oh.
And then I'll be done the end of this summer.
Okay.
So it's just a little short.
Yeah. Hey, but still, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
So what do you mainly do as a service missionary, if I can ask?
Yeah. Up here on campus, I work a lot with like the wellness center, I guess, and that whole team, just because I have a lot of experience. The healthcare company I worked for is a mental health company, so I have a lot of experience with that. So it's been fun to work with them. And then when I go home this summer in Utah, I'll be at a girls' camp. So I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. So what's going to be the medical process when you go to Thailand? Because I'm honestly curious, because I know getting prescriptions is insanely difficult, especially across state lines, because I'm originally from California.
Yeah.
And most of my doctors are from Stanford, the health hospital. So what's going to be that process like?
It's been awesome. I'm at Primary Children's in Utah. So
okay.
They're a really big organization, and they deal with people from all over the world because they're like the top of the top. So they've been great. Like, I can travel with all of my medical stuff. Like, I've just been so enabled with everything. It's been such a blessing. Like, literally miracle after miracle after miracle with all of my health things. So when I get there, like, I can take everything, and they'll just prescribe me stuff, like 3 months of medications and stuff. And then my dad actually served his mission there. So we have a lot of friends there, and they're helping getting me all set up, and it's super sweet.
That is amazing, especially when your dad contacted us. He said, "I'm a proud dad." And I was like, that's adorable. I love that.
He's my hero. I love him.
Well, sweet.